watched my other video about my perfect accessories for the Osmo Pocket, then you need to do so. It's linked up to there. But if you haven't watched it already, this just a recap because I'm not going to go over it all over again. I talked about my perfect accessories for me and why I love the Osmo Pocket, and one reason is it's so small you can just throw it in your handbag, stick it in your jacket pocket, your jeans pocket, whatever, and it's just really easy to use and small and inobtrusive, so it doesn't really draw attention to yourself, and that's one of the reasons why I love it, and I still love it. So this is my perfect setup for me. I have this little gimbal protector here, I have the controller wheel, and then I have a small microphone on the bottom here, and this is just perfect for me. But I have had a few instances where I'd like to have got down lower or up higher, and so I would have liked to have had something extra to be able to do that. Well, unbeknownst to me, back in the summer, that Osmo DJI did release an extension rod, which I wasn't even aware that such a thing existed, but my husband bought it for me for my birthday last month, so I have it here. Now I'm not going to go into like a big review of what it all does and everything, because there's plenty of those all over YouTube already, but I've used it extensively over the last month, and it's actually now, this is just, for me, it's just made this perfect, because in those instances where I want to get down low or reach out into places, I can do so. We've just recently been to Asheville, North Carolina, and we went to some waterfalls and some wonderful views, some little hikes and things, and using this I was able to like reach right out into places and up into waterfalls, and which was great. Obviously not right into them because I don't want to get my Osmo wet, but it just enabled that little bit extra that I couldn't do with my Osmo. So now this is my perfect setup, because I've got this for when I'm about town or I'm in places I really don't want to look like I'm too obvious, and now I've got the extension rod for once I just want to just go that little bit further. So I'm just going to show you very quickly some of the great things that I love about it and some of the things that I don't. So first of all, it extends a long way. It's pretty full, and you have the phone holder here, which extends like this to put your phone in, but the great thing I love about it is that you can control it from down here. So you have your record button, your on off button, you can change you know, whether you want it on follow mode, etc. You can turn it around for selfie mode, and then this little button here actually will, like, you can go up and down to side, which is basically what the controller wheel does here. I have found that this is, you have to be really like very light touch on it, because if you just push it, it goes and which is, you know, really not very good. With this you can sort of control the speed a little bit easier, so it took me a little bit of time to get used to this. I have to have a very gentle touch on this if I want it to move slowly, but the whole great thing about it is that you can control it from the bottom here. So while you might have this extended all the way out, you still have access to everything down here, so you can switch on and switch off and turn it round, and without having to keep pulling it down and adjusting the Osmo, which, you know, if this was a selfie stick and I had it up here, I'd have to keep bringing it closer to me so that I could change what I wanted to do with it. So that's one of the great things that I love about it. Now this is to me is the one drawback, because if I have the Osmo on just a little bit up and I just want it on there and I don't want it too far extended, this gets in the way. And if you've watched my other video, you'll know that I never ever use my Osmo Pocket with a phone. I got the Pocket because it's small. I don't really want anything extra too big on it, so I never use the phone. So this part actually I find a bit of a pain, but I did watch another video of a lady on YouTube, and I'm sorry, I've completely forgotten her name, but I will link to the video below, that showed a little hack of how you can take this off, and it involves unscrewing, I believe, taking off a little rubber port here and unscrewing it, and then this whole thing comes off. So I'm actually going to be doing that after I've done this video, but I didn't want to do it until I'd done the video, because I just don't use this. I never use the phone ever. I just use my Pocket as it is. So I'm going to remove this just so it doesn't get on my nerves. But for those of you that do use the phone, I mean, it's great because you can have it up here, but just be aware, if you don't want it to stick all the way out, or you only want it to about that far, this is going to get in your way. Really easy to use as well. Like I find it very quick to get in and out. So you just unhook this here, and I'm going to have to take my controller wheel off, which practically lives on here. And actually I have got an extra one of these that I got given by DJI, because the first time I ordered this it took a long time to come, so they sent me another one as a sorry. So I might do a giveaway on that in later videos. I don't know yet, but I do if you haven't got it already, I recommend getting this. But so it's quite easy to put in. You have the little connections there, and you have the connections on the top here, and you just slot it into place like this. Very easy, and there it's gone, it's done. So now I have got like this again, is my perfect setup. I can switch it on and off from here. Let's take off my little, and I have my microphone. It also has a great, a dog barking. This also has a little slot here to put a culture in. You can put a microphone on it, which I have used, and it's brilliant. So I do have a bigger microphone, one of the small Rode ones, for when it's really windy and I want it more pointing at me, where this is more like omnidirectional. But you can put that in there, and then you would just have the wire down into your adapter down the bottom here. But yeah, so I mean, if I just, and it's just pretty easy to switch on. As you can see, works perfectly like this, and I can spin it round as such, and back again, up and down, up and down. So that one, this button is great for that. And actually, if I can actually pull this down, so if I didn't have it all the way up, you can see this is actually going to get in the way, especially if I was doing like selfie mode. It would just get in the way there. You can't really see what you're doing, and it's pointing right straight at it. So this is, to me, is a bit of a pain. So I'm going to move that up a bit. But yeah, I love it. It's been able to me to get down low. I believe this is around $69. I think it's $69. Again, it was a birthday present, so I probably should not have been peeking at how much it costs, but I think it's well worth it when you consider this small adapter here is $30. This is just, you know, I think it's well worth the money. It's controlled by it's powered by the actual Osmo Pocket, so it does take a little bit of the power away from there, but not too much. I haven't had it like, it doesn't seem to me like it's sucking up any extra power or anything like that. But this is just my new go-to now. So I have this, and I have, you know, my little gimbal holder, my controller wheel, and my microphone on the bottom for when I'm like to be small and inobtrusive and out of the way. And now I have this to just get me in and under and above things, which I didn't have before. And also it helps because I know there's the field of view is not so wide on the Osmo, so when you're holding it away from you, people feel like they have to stretch their arms out really way. So but with this, you don't need to do that anymore. So if you're finding that the Osmo is a little bit limited for you and you want a bit more, then I'd really recommend getting the extension rod. Like I say, I've been using it now about 6 weeks, and I've got no complaints whatsoever except for this, which I am going to take off after this video. So that's the extension rod. Again, love it, so that's great. So the other item I've got, which I didn't even know again that they had, and I got this for Christmas, is, but as everybody knows, there are not separate batteries for these. So it's a bit of a pain, you know, because you know that there's no way to charge it up unless you've got some way to charge it up if you're out and about in the car and etc. But now there is a Osmo Pocket battery, so this is like a battery charger. So I love this. So just put my Osmo down there. So this gives you, as I understand it, about a 1.5 times extra battery power, so I can charge the Osmo up for at least one more time and half full, so 1.5 times. And I have actually used this because we were out and about quite a lot last weekend, and I was running on very low, and I popped it in here and it didn't take long to charge at all. So basically how it works is there's a little button here that you press, and it opens up like that, and then inside you have room for 2 SD cards here, and then I don't know if you can see, but inside here you can actually put some ND filters as well. I tried putting I did get given a wide angle lens for my birthday too, and I tried putting that in here, but it didn't fit, so it just didn't, it wasn't very good. But the ND filters apparently do fit in here along the bottom here. And as you can see, I have 2 SD cards here. So all you do is pop your Osmo in here, and there's little slots, so you slot these in here so it connects with the connectors inside. Slot it in like so, and then just close it, and it will start charging. So as you can see, it's charging now. Now there isn't much charge in this at the moment. I need to charge this up, but it actually glows green when it's charging it up, and this is getting a bit low itself, but it pulsates green, so you know it's charging. And there is enough charge in here to charge it up again. I think I've charged it up once, so I bet I have another like 0.5 of a charge on it. But if you're out and about with your Osmo and you'll use it a lot, I'd highly recommend getting one of these. They're great for or when you're on the go. And if nothing else, you could leave your Osmo in here to protect it if you're putting it in your bag or something, and you don't want to use the case. You can pop it in there. Now obviously you have to take your controller wheel off when you put it in here, but it protects it and charges it up. And to open it up again, you just press the button, and hey presto, there you go. So if you've got any questions about the battery charger or the extension rod, please post in the comments section below, and I'll be happy to answer your questions. And like I say, these now, for me, I just feel like I have everything I need to do some great filming out on the go. I'm still learning and getting there, very slow on it, but I can't knock out videos every week like most people, which I would love to do, but I just don't have the time. But in the meantime, I'm just enjoying filming with the Osmo Pocket. It's a lot of fun, and at the end of the day, if you want to get something, you just want to enjoy it and have some fun, and that's what I do. So thanks for watching, and again, if you've got any questions, please let me know below.